एंड आप सभी को सुष्मिता का प्यार भरा नमस्ते. Welcome back to our new episode. In today's video, we will be talking about 5 things which you should never do with your children. You need to remember, like in our past few videos, we have been talking about 5 things which you should tell your child, which you should not tell your child, 5 things which you should do with your child. And today we will talk about 5 things which you should never do with your child. I am very happy with the response that we have got in our past videos. So in case you want to know or you want me to discuss any of the topic, please feel free to write us in the comment box below. Right? So to start with, what is the first thing that we should not do with our children? Over discipline. Now you'll tell me, ma'am, we spoke about that discipline is very important, very necessary. Of course, discipline is the key. Knowing, to do everything on time in a proper way so that they can be organized, they can schedule, they can prioritize. Absolutely taken. But over discipline and inconsistent discipline are 2 side effects of discipline. The first one is when you are when you put your child under too much of discipline and don't give them a breather and don't give them a space, sometimes it gets too monotonous for them. So it is very important to create a balance. Only a balance can help them to follow this process of discipline easily. Inconsistent discipline as in आपने आज कुछ कराया, आप कल कुछ करा रहे हो, and then you're doing something else the other day. No, you can keep this being consistent, but yes, there should be a day where they can breathe. There should be a day where they can do certain things which they want to do. There should be a day which is a relaxing day. How do you feel when you go for your spa, or how do you feel when you go for a relaxation activity? So that part is extremely important, and you really need to take care of that. Number 2, over scheduling of activity. This is something which I have been observing in recent times, wherein we are in a constant race of kids learning everything and anything. Like study at this age is the priority, of course. Along with that, try and find out the area of interest and schedule activities for children in a way that they don't get bored or they don't get stressed and overloaded with activities and work. Like you have school and then you go for your evening classes and then you go for your swimming and then you're going for your drawing and then you're going for table tennis and then you're going for, the list is endless. It's very important a child should have a physical activity, because gone are the days where we would just go out in the street and play our heart out. So engaging them in one physical activity is very important. Please find out that and schedule it in a way that the child does not get over exhausted. Doing an extracurricular activity, maybe a recitation, maybe drawing, or maybe writing or creative writing, whatsoever it is, but plan it over the weekends. If the weekdays are for studies, plan it during the weekends. So the timetable that you make for your child should make him or her happy, should make him or her look forward for it, not the other way around where they are absolutely exhausted at the end of the day and don't know what is to be done. Third point, being overly critical. See, I have seen this when a child comes with some test marks, maybe the child has secured maybe 7 out of 10 or maybe 8 out of 10 or maybe 6 out of 10. Our focus mainly goes on those 4 marks or 3 marks or 2 marks that is lost. There is a way to talk to them. First of all, appreciate them for what they have achieved, and then come into a discussion mode with them where you can discuss about the marks or the things that they have not been able to secure. It gives them a feeling of getting appreciated for the efforts they have put in, and then the areas that they have missed out, what were the reasons, discussing with them, making a plan, and then making them understand what has resulted in this. So in this way, their minds will be open, they will be understanding the areas that they need to focus on. But if you are critical about everything, तुमने जूते नहीं रखे, you didn't keep this here, you didn't keep that here, you are doing this, आपसे ये नहीं हो रहा, आप ये नहीं कर सकते, just relax. Think in the whole day. I'm sure there were like 20 times when you were critical about whatever they did, and maybe hardly once or twice you appreciated them. Please let it go the other way. If you want them to do certain thing, उसको भी आपको स्मार्टली इस तरीके से उनको प्रेजेंट करना है या इस तरीके से उनको समझाना है that they agree to what you are trying to tell them, right? The fourth point is comparison, and it is the deadliest one. Nobody likes to be compared, and you hate it when you will be compared to your friends and siblings. I think this is one thing which we sometimes consciously and sometimes unconsciously do it with our children or with anybody around. It's very, very important to understand, realize, and consciously practice that we should never compare our child or compare our children to anybody or anything in this world. Remember, every individual is different with their own strengths, their own weaknesses, their own areas where they can thrive and do well. So like आप जब when आप compare करते हो, it is always the child, two things happen. You are like making them feel bitter towards the person, the friend, the sibling that you're comparing, the cousins, whosoever it is. Second, you're also somewhere creating a strain between the relationship between your and your child's. See, it doesn't come directly, but it starts, being in their heart, and they think about it. It has a different way to do it. Suppose your child has a sibling who is amazing in maths, right? And then there is this child who is probably not doing that great in maths. So instead of comparing, "Arey bhai, your brother is doing amazing in maths, what's wrong with you, you don't understand," we can put it in a different way. Okay, so what are the tricks that your brother is using which is helping him? Can we sit down and have a discussion so that you understand कि if we together एक साथ मिलके हम उन पॉइंटर्स पे काम करें तो क्या आप इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं? हर एक चीज का देयर इज वन थिंग दैट आई हैव लर्नड एंड आई नो, हर एक चीज का एक तरीका होता है. There is a way. It has to be a way in which you present it. So comparison will never ever bring results or bear fruits for you. You have to remember, in case you feel there is something good in somebody. So आप उन्हें ये सिखाइए कि अगर किसी में कुछ अच्छा है, हमेशा उसको सीखने की कोशिश कीजिए. फिर वो आपके आसपास चाहे कुछ भी हो, कोई भी हो, but comparison will never lead you anywhere. The fifth point, being overprotective. Let them fall, let them falter, let them make mistakes, let them live their own journey. You have brought them into this world. I'm sure you want to protect them, and you should. It's your duty, it's your job. But that doesn't mean they're not allowed to make mistakes. आप उनको गिरने दीजिए, उठने दीजिए, संभलने दीजिए, चलने दीजिए, क्योंकि ये जो एक्सपीरियंसेस है ना, यही उनको एक बेहतर इंसान एंड अ बेटर ह्यूमन बीइंग बनाने में मदद करेंगे. आप इफ यू डोंट अलाउ देम टू एक्सपीरियंस it only, how do you expect that suddenly if there is something and they will face the entire world and then you will only be upset, अरे आपसे इतना भी नहीं हुआ, अरे आपने इतना भी नहीं बोला, so be protective, see what they are doing, make sure they don't hurt themselves, make sure that something grave doesn't happen to them, but do not overly protect them. It is life, we all learn through it and we all navigate through it, correct? So these are the 5 things which you should not do with your child, and let us meet in our next video. If in case you want me to discuss something else, please let us know. We'll be very happy to make a new video on that topic. Thank you so much.